Okay, so can the same batch of flour make a better or worse gummy?
Does the same batch of flour make a better or a worse gummy? The short answer to that is no. I don't think it's going to make any difference. When you think about it, right, we take thousands of pounds of flour, and then from that flour, we run that through our supercritical CO2 extraction. From the supercritical CO2 extraction, that's where we get our oil. So as long as we're using high quality flour to create our distillate, from that point, then we test our distillate to see how strong it is. I guess I'll back up a little bit. Yes, if you used some crappy flour, you'd have to process it several times, and you're not going to get as high of a potent distillate. So we do make sure that we're using really good flour, and typically we get the majority of our flour grown out of Oregon or in California. They've been growing flour for 40 plus years out there, and they have some of the best soils in the country. So I think, a good flour is definitely going to help make a better gummy, as long as you also preserve terpenes, right? Because you're going to go through these processes, and if you take out all the chlorophylls and unwanted waxes, these are things you do want to remove, but you want to be able to save as many of the terpenes as you can, because terpenes also play a role in the effects that we feel. But as it relates to flour, if you use a crappy flour, you're not going to get a very potent distillate, and in the end, you're not going to get a very good gummy. So we make sure that we do use high yield flour. We get very high percentage of our distillate. Typically, the distillate comes in anywhere from 70% and above, and from that, we know that we're going to get a good gummy with the blend that we make from that. So hope that answers your question. I know that was kind of all over the place with that, but it's a tough one to answer, mainly because there's so many flours that are out there, and some people will throw in 20 different variations of flour to get the distillate.